Let's get you some latest updates as far as the entire Asia Cup row is concerned. Pakistan Cricket Board Chief Mohsin Naqvi has refused to hand over the Asia Cup trophy to India. Instead, the PCB chief is now saying that Indian captain Suryakumar Yadav should collect the trophy in person from the ACC office. But of course, this is something that is not going to be acceptable at all. The BCCI has also reportedly decided to take strict action against Mohsin Naqvi, planning to file a formal complaint against him with Dubai police for theft and unlawful possession of the trophy. I can't hear anything. Let's go across to my colleague Payal Mehta, who's also joining us. Payal, you know, this is something that has now become a full standoff. But after yesterday's meeting, given Mohsin Naqvi's reaction, I think it was clear that he was not really willing to budge. More pressure is needed as far as, you know, making sure that the protocol is followed and the deserving team gets the trophy.
Yes, you know, Mohsin Naqvi has been planting a lot of these news in the Pakistani media, essentially, you know, putting up a bravado and putting up a face, essentially saying that he tried to humble India, but India's response was very, very strong. That, you know, the trophy belonged to India and it had to be given to India. If you remember, Shivani, yesterday, we did break the news that Ashish Sherar, who was also part of the meeting, had actually quit the meeting midway in protest, given the fact that he wanted the Pakistani side to understand that they were not doing any charity to India by, you know, giving the cup which actually belonged to them rightfully, and also, you know, threatening the PCB chief that, you know, action will be taken against him and they will be approaching ICC is what we are able to understand. So the stand of the BCCI is very clear. This trophy belongs to us. It needs to be given to us. But Mohsin Naqvi, it seems, has gone and told the Pakistani side that he told the Indian side that if the Indian team wanted the trophy, then, you know, the Indian captain should be sent back to Dubai to receive it as well. We'll have to just wait and see what further action the BCCI is going to mull over it. There is no doubt whatsoever, Shivani, and you know, we were reporting this yesterday, that the BCCI will immediately approach the ICC and tell the ICC to step in as far as this issue is concerned, because there is a meeting which is going to happen in November when a very, very strong protest.
November is, you know, more than a month to go. That meeting that you're talking about, or the BCCI has been talking about, and certainly while BCCI will register some protest against Mohsin Naqvi's behavior and maybe demands that there should be penalties or some sort of action against him, maybe against the PCB itself. But before that, I mean, well before that, this whole trophy fiasco needs to be sorted out. And what we're also learning now, that BCCI might also look at filing a complaint, like a police complaint against Mohsin Naqvi, because as we brought to our viewers on Monday evening, BCCI has been very clear that he's not a personal custodian of the trophy, and he seems to have just hijacked it and taken it, you know, with himself, not even kept it at the ACC headquarters.
Well, the BCCI will mull all the possible steps that need to be taken. You know, so far, nobody from the BCCI, Shivani, has really confirmed to me that they're planning to approach the Dubai police, you know, for taking custody of the trophy. We'll have to just wait and see how this really goes. The BCCI must be mulling all the options, in fact, looking at all the possible options available to them, including, you know, bringing it to the ICC sooner than we really thought they would. But as of now, we'll have to just wait and see exactly what the BCCI is going to do. But the BCCI has been very clear that they want Pakistan to be answerable. Pakistan, it is not Pakistan's own property that they're giving to India. This is, of course, the rightful celebration that the Indian team really deserves, and they won the ICC trophy. Yesterday, the PCB chief was forced to congratulate the Indian team for their win as well. That is something also which needs to be noted, but we'll have to just wait and see in the next couple of hours what steps the BCCI really announces as far as this is concerned.
Yes. So yesterday there was an ACC meeting, and in that BCCI got the first opportunity to formally demand that the trophy be sent to them and handed over to them. But they also raised questions on how Mohsin Naqvi can take the trophy away with him and kind of keep it in his personal possession. He is refusing to hand it over. He should be handing it over to the BCCI. You know, for example, when I spoke to BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia, he said that it should be couriered to us. In fact, on Monday, BCCI representatives were still available in Dubai, but nothing was happening. And it's clear that Mohsin Naqvi is also acting on behalf of the Pakistani establishment, not necessarily the government alone, but clearly on behalf of Rawalpindi. And this is now being used by Pakistan as some sort of a measure to hit back at India, because they feel embarrassed because of India's no handshake policy. They feel embarrassed because of the fact that India refused to accept that trophy from Mohsin Naqvi. Let me go across to former India cricketer Madan is also joining us. Madan, this whole fiasco where Mohsin Naqvi is refusing to give the trophy to India, this is obviously unprecedented. Surely the BCCI should lodge some sort of a complaint against him. Would you be in favor of that?
Yeah, definitely I will in favor, because BCCI should, why should he keep the trophy? Because they're supposed to give it to the Indian board, BCCI.
Yes.
He cannot say that I'm not going to give it. What will he do with the trophy? हमारा नाम तो लिखा गया ना हिस्ट्री में कि 2025 में हमने एशिया कप जीता था, तो ले जा ट्रॉफी घर पे ले जा, तो डाले जाके. Like these are the things, it doesn't show that, you are capable of that position. You're not. You have to behave like you are head of the country, which PCB board chairman, So you have to behave like properly.
Yes, and Madan, ये भी हमको पता चल रहा है कि उन्होंने पर्सनली उस ट्रॉफी को पूरा हथिया लिया है. वो ACC ऑफिसेस में भी नहीं रख रहे हैं उसको, और वहाँ से एक नॉर्मल प्रोसीजर होता है, एक सिंपल नेचुरल प्रोसेस है कि अगर आपने ट्रॉफी फाइनल में नहीं ली है किसी भी वजह से, तो आपको कुरियर कर देनी चाहिए. लेकिन वो कुरियर भी करने से मना कर रहे हैं, कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहे हैं.
ये क्या दर्शाता क्या है? ये दर्शाता है कि इनको कुछ समझ ही नहीं है. तो ट्रॉफी तो देनी ही पड़ेगी उनको. नहीं भी देंगे तो क्या कर लेंगे बताओ? ये क्या कर सकते हैं ट्रॉफी का? ट्रॉफी का तो कुछ दे कांट डू एनीथिंग, बिकॉज he will bring more shame to their own country. It's not about him, Wassan Naqvi, it's about the country which matters. Like we are proud of our team and we are proud of our players because they have won, and the trophy has supposed to go to them. They let them have a feel of the trophy because they worked for it for 4-5 weeks.
नो प्रॉब्लम ये भी है कि वो सिर्फ पीसीबी के तो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है नहीं, अभी वो एसीसी को हेड कर रहे हैं. एसीसी में 30 कंट्रीज हैं, तो वो सिर्फ अपना एजेंडा चला के पूरे बॉडी को तो हाईजैक नहीं कर सकते.
तो आया तो पाकिस्तान की तरफ से ही है ना, एजेंडा हाईजैक कर ही नहीं सकते. दे विल बी लाफिंग स्टॉक. लाइक हाईजैक कैसे करें? पाकिस्तान की तरफ से रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हुआ तभी वो एसीसी का जो बना है ना, नहीं तो कैसे बन सकता है वो? ऐसा थोड़ी कि हमें मेरे को बना दो जी, ऐसा नहीं होता कभी. प्रॉपर हर कंट्री से अपना रिप्रेजेंटेटिव आता है, तो वो उसकी होती है.
नहीं, बिल्कुल. तो इसमें क्लियर है कि वो एक तो पाकिस्तानी एस्टैब्लिशमेंट के हिसाब से काम कर रहे हैं अभी, क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि इंडिया ने हमें एम्बैरेस करने की कोशिश करी है तो हम भी उनको एम्बैरेस करेंगे. और दूसरी बात है कि एसीसी एज अ बोर्ड ऑल्सो शुड टेक नोट ऑफ दिस एंड श्योरली शुड टेक सम एक्शन अगेंस्ट देयर चीफ, बिकॉज ही इज नॉट he is a representative of the entire ACC. He is not a PCB chief in his position in the ACC.
But Pakistan will not take any action against him, because Pakistan whole board is like that. They are appointed by the people, so who doesn't know the game. But hijack, I don't know what he is going to do with doing all these things. I think the whole Asia Cup was full of controversy, but he should have stopped it now.
Yeah.
You apologize, say कि मैं ट्रॉफी खुद मैं आऊंगा, मैं खुद दूंगा आपको, आके मैं चल के दूंगा. Like that shows that you have a class, but they doesn't have anything, so that's why they're keeping the trophy रख के क्या फायदा उनको?
Absolutely. Madan, thanks a lot for joining us. I want to go across to Atul Wassan, former cricketer as well. Atul Wassan, India might contemplate, the BCCI might contemplate now filing a police complaint, we are being told, because, it's a laughable situation where Mohsin Naqvi has just personally taken custody of the trophy. He is not even willing to, let the ACC do what is required to be done now.
It is becoming a circus of the absurd. I said that it is a bottomless stupidity that I'm seeing each day. And you are telling me he apologized. I don't believe it. And even if I'm sure he doesn't mean it. Because, this is the way they thought that they can spite India by taking away the trophy. How childish, this mentality is. Not realizing the egg is on the face. And if he's apologized, I think it has to be under the threat of some penalty clause or something where they will have to pay some financial, penalties for this. And I think that India should pursue that the check Salman Aga threw away, make sure that is not in cash. That should be stopped immediately. That money, if they have rejected and insulted, that should not be going back to them at all.
There are, of course, reports suggesting that he apologized. There are reports suggesting that he wants that if India wants the trophy, then the Indian captain should come to Dubai and take it from him. Obviously, that is not going to happen. But we're also learning that the BCCI registered a strong protest against him and could be planning further action. But in all of this, the question that arises, Atul Wassan, is that ACC is not the personal property of Mohsin Naqvi. No, he may be the chair right now, but the body is bigger than him.
Yeah, of course, next by rotation, he knows that, and then and ICC. So whatever you do, and then Pakistan has got this kind of a narrative that ICC means BCCI, which is not entirely misplaced because, yes, of course, because of the clout India has financially in the world cricket, and of course, the head of ICC is Indian. But having said that, we are much more mature people than them, so we will take it as on his face. And if he is apologized, why doesn't he do that on camera? Because I can't believe that he did that. And even if he's done it, I'm sure he doesn't mean it. In a month without Sundays.
Atul Wassan, I thank you for joining us. It is, of course, a fiasco that is just going on, and purely because of the insistence of Mohsin Naqvi, this entire scene played out. The trophy could very easily have been handed over to India by any other dignitary who was present, any other board representative, and it's not unknown for this to happen. People like to receive the medal or the trophy from somebody who's connected to them or their representative. So it's not out of the ordinary in sports, from Olympic medal ceremonies to other world championships to even in cricket, what has happened in Champions Trophy or Asia Cup before. Vineet Ramakrishnan is also joining us. Vineet, what more are you learning or what has transpired between the BCCI and the PCB in that meeting?
Well, it's been more than 72 hours since India's victory, and Mohsin Naqvi has neither handed over the trophy nor has the team, or it has not been given in the ACC office as well. And in the meeting also, it has been pretty much understood that it's been down to the 5 test-playing nations to get to a resolution to this. And very interestingly, in the 5 test-playing nations, Mohsin Naqvi himself would be there as a PCB chief. So there is an impasse there. But one interesting thing that what we are learning is that BCCI may be mulling a complaint to the Dubai police now against Mohsin Naqvi for keeping the trophy, because this is like BCCI would be looking at not take Mohsin Naqvi or Mohsin Naqvi to not take the trophy back to Pakistan. So this is one thing that BCCI might be mulling, to put in a complaint to Dubai police for against Mohsin Naqvi for unlawful possession of the trophy, and it has now become very inexplicable in many ways what Mohsin Naqvi is trying to do here, kind of as what Madan said, kind of becoming a laughing stock from a controversy to absolute funny circus it has become. There's no other way for Mohsin Naqvi here, and if BCCI mulls over and puts in a complaint to Dubai police again, it would be an embarrassment for Naqvi himself. BCCI, we are learning, have already decided to put in a very strong complaint to the ICC in November when the meeting happens. So that will take its due course. But yeah, this is what we are learning, that Mohsin Naqvi in a way keeping the trophy in his possession, not willing to give it away for no other reason. Inexplicable reason is what we can only think about here.
All right. We'll leave it at that, Vinny. Thanks a lot for joining us.